Have you heard about the NBA player who shocked everyone despite being told not to take a shot? Meet Gary Payton II, better known as GP2. Every coach gave him the same message: don't shoot, not work on your jumper, not be selective. Shooting was flat out forbidden, and yet this was a college star who averaged 16 points, 7.9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2.5 steals per game, while winning back-to-back Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Then, in 2022 with Golden State, he finally broke free, shooting 61.6% from the field, 35.8% from three, and cementing himself as a championship hero. In this video, we discuss how Gary surprised everybody. Be sure to subscribe to the channel before we begin the video. Before the NBA battle, let's go back to Oregon State. Because at college, Gary Payton II wasn't just good, he was flat-out dominant. He became the first player in Pac-12 history to win Defensive Player of the Year twice. And in his senior year, he put up crazy numbers: 16 points, 7.9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2.5 steals per game, all while shooting nearly 49% from the field. And here's the thing, he wasn't just locking down opponents. He was doing everything, leading Oregon State in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. He recorded only the second triple-double in school history. He set the school record for steals in 38 consecutive games. On paper, that resume screams NBA ready. But come draft night in 2016, every single team passed on him. 30 teams looked at all those numbers and said, "Nah, we're good." This is where it gets tough. After going undrafted, Gary Payton II finally caught a break with Houston in 2016. Then came stops in Milwaukee, with the Lakers, and in Washington, you name it. But instead of coaches helping him grow offensively, they tied his hands. Literally. He wasn't just discouraged from shooting, he was flat out told by a coach, "Don't even think about pulling the trigger." Think about that. You're a professional athlete, but every time you touch the ball, you have to second guess one of the most basic parts of the game: whether you're even allowed to shoot. That doesn't just limit your offense, it messes with your entire identity as a player. And here's the deal, GP2's form was fine. His mechanics were solid. The issue wasn't how he shot, it was how people perceived him. Once the NBA slaps a non-shooter label on you, that stigma sticks. Coaches see a shaky college three-point percentage and make up their minds before you even check into the game. From 2017 to 2021, Gary Payton II was stuck in what felt like basketball prison. 6 different G League teams: Rio Grande, Wisconsin, South Bay twice, Capital City, and Raptors 905. 5 seasons. And during that stretch, he played more G League games, 129 of them, than NBA games, which was just 84. But here's the difference between GP2 and the guys who fade out of the league. He never quit. He never got bitter, never treated those setbacks like the end. Instead, every 10-day contract, every camp cut, and every trip back to the G League became fuel. He studied film nonstop, sharpened those defensive instincts, and kept quietly fixing the jumper everyone told him not to take. And his commitment was so deep that in 2021, when the Warriors were about to cut him, his first thought wasn't, "Man, this is unfair." It was, "How do I stay around the game?" He was literally planning to apply for a job in the Golden State's video room just to remain close to basketball. That's not desperation. That's love. Pure love for the game. Then came the turning point. Steve Kerr and the Warriors didn't look at Gary Payton II and see a guy with limitations. They didn't box him in as just a defensive specialist. Instead, Kerr gave him something no coach had ever really given him before: freedom. When Kerr told him, "Just be yourself, do what you do, don't worry about being offensive," it wasn't a way of saying, "Stay out of the way." It was the exact opposite. It was permission to play without fear. And the shift was instant. In the 2021-22 season, his breakthrough year with Golden State, GP2 shot 61.6% from the field and 35.8% from three. He launched 79 threes in just 46 games, almost as many as the 86 he had taken in his entire first 5 NBA seasons combined. So, what really changed? Simple. Instead of coaches groaning when he shot, the Warriors told him, "If you're open, let it fly." Kerr recognized what others had missed all along. His shot wasn't broken. his confidence was. And with the green light, Gary Payton II became exactly what he was always capable of being. Gary Payton II didn't just surprise people with his offense. What really made him special was his defense. Think about it. A 6-foot 3-inch guard switching onto 7-foot centers and actually holding his ground. In 2022, his defensive estimated plus-minus was plus 3.8, second best in the entire NBA, only behind Draymond Green. But here's the secret to his defense. It wasn't just about reacting. Payton was predicting what was coming. If you watch him against Nikola Jokic, it's like watching a chess master. He knew when to sag off just enough to cut off passing lanes, or when to switch onto a rolling big man and still contest the shot against guys nearly a foot taller. The numbers back it up. 1.4 steals per game. But the real impact was bigger than stats. With GP2 watching, teams couldn't run their normal offense. His hands turned simple plays into complete chaos, and that chaos fueled Golden State's transition game. The 2022 playoffs were his coming out party. Even though he missed half the postseason with that scary elbow injury when he played, the numbers were flat out unreal. 65% from the field, 53% from three, and a 75% true shooting percentage. That's the 5th best in playoff history. And then there was Game 5 of the finals. Pure magic. 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and a team best plus 16 plus-minus. This was the same guy whom teams had literally been forbidden from shooting just a year earlier. If that's not basketball irony, I don't know what is. And the context makes it even better. This wasn't some highly drafted star stepping up. This was a journeyman who had been doubted his whole career, now shining brighter than players who'd been handed opportunities he had to scratch and claw for. What Payton did wasn't just about his own story. It changed the way teams looked at role players. His rise proved the problem isn't always about a player's skill, but how that skill is used. The Warriors didn't try to mold him into something else. They doubled down on what he already did best and unlocked it. That blueprint gave hope to other so-called defensive specialists. If Gary Payton II, the guy teams wouldn't let shoot, could become a reliable shooter and a key member of a championship team, then maybe there were plenty of overlooked defenders out there waiting for the right system to unlock them too. Even now, at 32, GP2 is still one of the most underrated players in the league. His career defensive rating sits at 108.5, putting him up there with some of the best rim protectors and perimeter defenders in the NBA. Whenever he's on the court, opposing offenses have to completely adjust their game plan. And yet, teams still hesitate. Despite everything he's proven, he's bounced between the Warriors and the Blazers, never really locked into a long-term spot. It's almost like the league still can't wrap its head around the fact that the guy they once refused to let shoot has turned into such a complete, impactful player. Looking back at Gary Payton II's journey, what really stands out isn't just the stats or highlights. It's how he completely redefined what it means to push past limits. Coaches labeled him as just a defensive player, but he showed that in basketball and in life, labels often say more about perception than reality. His championship ring with the Warriors isn't just a trophy. It's proof for every player who's been told they're not good enough, every athlete who had to take the long, hard road, and every person underestimated because someone else couldn't see their potential. Gary Payton II went from being forbidden to shoot to becoming a crucial part of an NBA championship team. He turned what many thought was his weakness into a strength, and a reminder that sometimes the only thing standing between you and success is finding people who believe in what you can do, not just what you've done. That's Gary Payton II, the player every coach told not to shoot, who rose above doubt to become a key piece of an NBA championship team. His story proves that talent alone isn't enough. Focus, persistence, and the right system can turn limitations into strengths. Every overlooked player, every doubted athlete has a moment to shine when given freedom and belief. Hit subscribe for more untold stories of grit and triumph in basketball, and comment below. Do you think Gary Payton II's rise is the ultimate NBA underdog story?